Step-in time. I am here today with my dancer, Annabelle, who is 5 years old. And we are going to practice some stage makeup for you to do a demonstration for kind of how I go about applying it and what it should look like when we are done. So this is a good demonstration for like 3 to 7-year-old dancers. And then I'll give some tips for older dancers as well at the end. So for our younger dancers, we're going to use 4 products: blue eyeshadow, black mascara, a blush that is good for their skin tone, and a lipstick that is just a little darker than their own lips. So starting with the blue eyeshadow, I don't have the right brush. Well, what we're going to do with the blue eyeshadow is we're going to go in the crease of their eye and just a little bit above, kind of the same way that I have my own eyeshadow today. And then if you want to put some white up here, that's also great, but it's not completely necessary. We want to go as simple as possible for especially our youngest dancers, the 3-year-olds or 4, just newly turned 4-year-olds. We want to go as simple as possible because we want them to have the right makeup to look their best on stage, but we don't want it to be stressful for them. Can you close your eyes, please? So I'm not, you can barely see that. I'm not gonna worry too much about where all I'm getting it. I'm just gonna do basically the middle of her eye like that. And I started using my finger because my brush wasn't working. This is a loose powder eyeshadow that I have from, I think, the company Unique that used to do the fiber lashes a couple of years ago. And it's really well pigmented. Can you open your eyes? See how that just added a little color to her eyes? So what that's going to do for the girls on stage is literally add color to their eyes. So if they have blue or green or hazel eyes, that'll make their eyes really pop. And she has beautiful, like deep brown eyes, and it just makes them a little, it just brings out some of the color in them and makes them a little, I don't know, it just brings out the color. All right, mascara. This is optional. However, I have been doing this on both of my girls since they were very, very young. Both of them, actually, Annabelle, I think, was still 2 in her first recital. And the way that we do that is that we do not go eyeball to tip like you do on yourself. You're just going to have them, if they can either close their eyes or keep it open, whatever they're most comfortable with. And you take the wand and you just brush it lightly along the tips. And it gives a lot of definition to the eyes without it being super stressful for the dancer. And they tend to have really long lashes at this age, which makes it even easier. Open up. And see how that just gave some definition to the top of her eye on that one eye. Now I'm going to do the other one. There you go. That looks so great. And you sat nice and still. Thank you. This wand that I have is, what is this, CoverGirl? It's one of those wands that's really short. Like for myself, I prefer bristles that are a lot longer than that. But because of the way you're putting the mascara on them, I've found that it's not as messy with the really, really short bristles. So that's what I buy for my girls, is the shorter bristles. All right, for blush, this is a color that I would wear myself. I have sort of similar coloring to her. She's a little more olive skinned than I am. But this color would be nice on her. And what we're going to do is we're just going to add a whole lot of it. So get your brush nice and saturated. Can you smile, please? And then you go all over the apple of the cheek and up to the hairline. And even just in natural light, you can see how that added a lot of color to her face. This is the most important, in my opinion. Blush is the most important thing that you can put on your dancer going on stage, because the stage lights are super, super bright. They can tend to wash dancers out. And the blush just gives some color and makes them look really alive, and makes them look their best. So last thing is lips. So what I recommend, if your dancer will handle it, is lip sense. My older daughter is fine with this, but Annabelle doesn't care for it. She calls it spicy. It does burn a little bit. If you've ever put it on yourself, you know that feeling. It kind of, it burns. It's not super comfortable. So for Annabelle, what I have is, this is just it's actually a lip gloss, but it's a really heavy pigmented lip gloss. So that we're just going to take the color of her lips and enhance it a little bit. Can you open like a big O? There you go. So yeah, that's just a little darker than her natural lip color, but now her face is going to be a lot more defined on stage, and she's gonna look her best under those bright stage lights. So this is a great stage face for 3 to 7 year olds. If you have dancers that are a little bit older, we switch out the blue eyeshadow for brown. So basically how I have my own eyeshadow done today, with it just in the crease a little bit, you would go darker than that. You want a lot more definition in that brown eyeshadow. And then you definitely want to do the white just underneath the eyebrow and on the lash line. Eyeliner is the next thing that becomes super important. And that I recommend, if you are going to try eyeliner on your dancer, please, please, please try it before the day of recital. We want y'all to come in full hair and makeup next week for dress rehearsals. That's a good time to try it. But it took me, I've been wearing eyeliner since middle school. And when I started putting it on my older dancer, it took me a solid year, and she was performing 5 times a year at that point. It took me a solid year to get the eyeliner right. Doing eyeliner on someone else is really hard, and doing it on kids that wiggle is really hard. So make sure that you practice this. Annabelle, can I try eyeliner on you today?
Yes.
Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to go from kind of where the eyelid is at its highest point on the inside of the color of the eye, and drag it out toward the outside edge. Close your eyes. And open. So I didn't do it very heavy on her, but it didn't go super bad. But I can tell on her that I need to start closer to the lash line on the inside. And then close your eyes. On the outside, I tried to wing it up just a little bit so that it follows the lash line and not the line of her eye at the edge. So you've seen maybe some people that do big cat eyes on stage, and we don't go that heavy with our stage makeup, but just pulling it up a little bit so it follows the lash line lifts the eye, and it's a good look for that. If you want to do eyeliner on the bottom, I recommend using a lighter color. This is actually an eyebrow color that I use on my older dancer, but I could use it, well, I do use it as her under eyeliner as well. You got to open your eyes this time. Okay, that's not going to happen on Annabelle today. That's okay. Then they older dancers definitely do need mascara, and they hopefully by that age are going to sit still for it. Same blush, same lips. If your dancer has like an uneven skin tone or blemishes, or like the red like allergy eyes that some kids get, you might want to use some color correction on their face, but otherwise we do not recommend foundation. It's an extra step that's unnecessary, and feels yucky on their face a lot of times. So for young dancers, just 4 things. And then we're going to switch to brown eyeshadow and add eyeliner for our older dancers. If your dancer wears makeup to school and they do things like their eyebrows, that's also great, but it's not completely necessary. So I hope that was helpful. Please let us know if you have any questions, and we can't wait to see your dancer on stage next week. Thank you, Annabelle. Say bye.
Bye.